The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candce.
And look who's back in town. Your friend Scotty Ray and, of course, Candce.
Yes. Hope y'all are having a great morning. It's cold. Hope you were bundled up if you got to go out because it's freezing.
25 degrees right now. Well, no wind chill factor being factored into that today, but 25 is awful.
Yeah.
As I walked in the darkness to work without my wife driving me here to our new place, I froze. It's all her fault.
Without her driving you.
I think I should be. No, I think I should be driven to work on cold days.
Okay.
But no, uphill all the way.
Oh my goodness.
That's true. Now think about that.
Uphill.
I did not stretch the truth.
It might be a slight incline. I don't know.
That's uphill.
Okay.
You got to go up toward
Well,
those.
you do have to go upstairs, so I will give you that.
It's horrible, y'all. I had life made. I could walk around in my house shoes and stay warm and never know that it was cold outside.
Yeah.
Until I got thrown out of the house and made build my own studio.
Oh goodness.
I
Yeah.
was thrown.
I bet Angie's glad she's got all that extra space up there now.
Oh, she's been clicking her heels. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah. That'll be her craft room, maybe, or something. I don't know.
She just takes folks. There ought to be a law against that many Christmas ornaments. Is that the word I'm looking for? They just go and go and go forever in our home.
I just think the village is just breathtaking that she has.
She's so caught up.
I don't know what you call that. A Christmas village.
Coca-Cola Village
Yeah.
is what it started out at, and she's expanded to other areas.
I don't think I've ever seen that many pieces. To that. It's really neat.
My checking account knows all about it. She's got a problem. Let's just go ahead and admit it.
I think
she needs therapy.
I think it's great. That probably is therapy to her. She has to put up with you, Scotty Ray. She has to go away and.
Yeah, and you know what is bad, y'all? She has found Facebook can sometimes be dangerous to a house because she's found these other people that also enjoy doing this.
Right.
And then they start sharing ideas.
Yeah, it's great. And Pinterest, if you've never been on there, that's a wonderful thing. So
it'll get you more goodies in your house.
You can find out how to do anything on Pinterest. You just thought Googling was the way to go, or YouTube videos.
It's amazing across America of what people find interesting, and they start collecting and doing. A lot of people do the toy trains, the railroads, and build. That's addictive. And those are absolutely gorgeous. I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
You build the little towns and cities, and quite something else.
It is. It's really neat. We have a lot of people watching this morning.
Ooh, Rachel Lott up in Sicalina this morning.
Jerome Lee, this is Scott Chirillo. Good morning, y'all.
Hickory. See, Denise says she's got a little frost heavier than most mornings there.
Yep, my windshield was covered with ice this morning.
You did warm up, right?
I did. I did warm my car up. Thank goodness. Because it would have took a minute.
Sheila Speed, salute. Quitman, Mississippi is where she calls home. A lot of folks down in Quitman. Clark County is such a great place.
Philadelphia's watching. Jim Kidd in Philadelphia. Yeah.
So hard to believe that Todd is not going to be sheriff anymore. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Todd, oh Todd, why you want to do us this way? Speaking of Clark County, let's start out with this headline as we spoke with our friends this morning that are down in Clark County. With the wreck that went on. I don't know if everybody's aware of this. We go to Clark County Hot Topics to where an auto accident happened somewhere around 3:30 in the morning.
Right.
It splits in half and hits a house. As we pull this up, this is Clark County Hot Topics. As you'll look at this, here's the fire department as they look at this.
I guess that was a what? I don't even know what.
That's a Toyota car.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to flip that over. Yeah, I believe that is a Camry.
It's scary though. So I guess it didn't quite make the curve.
Hit the tree. There's part of it there.
And you said the person fled the scene. Right?
Yeah. Look at this.
How do you walk away from
that? That is atrocious. And there's part of it there. And you're right. How do you? No, we did learn that from the scene of the accident, the puppy dog that was riding in the car was deceased at the scene. A lady was at her kitchen window, saw the whole thing when it all went down. Horrible there.
It is horrible. I'm just glad nobody in the house was hurt. It's a miracle that it wasn't a bedroom or something right there,
And of course, when you flee the scene, there's a reason that you're leaving.
Yeah.
And he fled, whoever he might be, or limped.
He or she, who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Clark County early this morning. If you heard the large thump, that's what was going on.
Gosh.
Now, Meridian had its own accident yesterday evening, not quite to the magnitude that was, but a car was flipped. And as we've talked about this, so many people going, why are cars flipping so much?
Yes. I mean, and right in the middle of town, a lot of them, you think somebody would have to be going at a super high rate of speed.
If you'll go back on the post there near, and we need to have Dean in one morning, come in, because he's good at this. Dean Harper explained that on there. Of course, he was used to be in law enforcement, of how when a car gets impact, what can happen at the speeds. Right. And it can be virtually low speed if it's hit just right. It's kind of like that pit maneuver. Over a car will go. Here in front of Dairy Queen is what we see here. As you'll see right back there, it's not the clearest picture, but there's a car upside down in the ditch there. The lady that was in it, she made a post on our page about this. I think her daughter was with her. They're going to be okay. The other person fled the scene, and I think they were brought back to the scene of the accident. They ran away on foot. Can't be doing that. Shame.
Hang around if you've caused or been in an accident.
Yeah. But I think they're all going to be okay. But still a scary situation. And that little intersection right there at Dairy Queen and Old Marion Road, Highway 39, one of the most dangerous, along with that by North Hill Street. Those are dangerous on 39.
It is, because people will try to cross there and the traffic's coming. And sometimes you can't, really know exactly how fast a car is going. It seems like they're not going very fast. Next thing you know, they're right up on you. So just be extra careful.
And as we learn a little bit more about what went on I-59 in Clark County the night before last of the pedestrian that was killed, the person that struck him did call police and said, look, I think I hit a deer a minute ago. They were waiting on the side of the road, and a few minutes later somebody else calls and says, hey, there's someone in the middle of the road. The gentleman had broke down, was walking, and just too close to the roadway. That's what we find out about that.
That's scary.
And a lot of people do say we do need a red light there at Dairy Queen.
Yeah. Put the crosswalk back. There used to be a crosswalk, above
Sure
it.
did.
I don't know why they took that down. Do you know?
No one ever told me. I was a little fella when they ran away with that. Had a lot of chain link fence on it so you couldn't jump off.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
It's probably a good thing.
Then one day it was just whoop, gone. Not sure where it went.
Yeah.
As we turn to our next headline today, and what I will say at this point is we're still waiting for word from the Meridian Police Department. Not a lot has been said. We do know that a male is deceased in Lauderdale County. This all happened out on Murphy Road. The 600 block is where this would happen. As we pulled this up, this was the scene yesterday morning from there. As you can see in the background there, there's police, there is Metro Ambulance, and you've got investigators on the scene of the incident there. Now, what we have learned, and language has been very cautious, what has been given to us. The wording is we're investigating this as a murder. They didn't say we are. They used the word as, which means I cannot sit back here and officially say that this is a murder investigation. Do I believe it's going to be that way before it's over? I certainly do. But officially, it has not been given to me in those terms from the Meridian Police Department. What we do know is a male subject was found on the floor of the home. The door was kicked in, and possibly some form of a struggle took place before this went on. As we can release the information that we know, we will pass that along as soon as we can. Our hearts, prayers go out to all of those involved. This is someone's father. This is someone's possible son, however you want to word this. It was a life, and that's important to us in our community. And we certainly feel for that family.
Yes.
A sad, sad day.
A horrible thing when you lose a family member or a loved one, a friend.
And you also
especially
have
something tragic like that.
And think about everybody that lives in that neighborhood. There's a lot of you who are watching that live there going on, this is my community, and this is right in my front door.
Right, and no one's been, if it was something like a murder,
You would like to
they're
know.
still looking for somebody. That would be make you feel uneasy.
Yes,
sure.
it would. So as more and more of this comes out, we'll be able to pass along this to you. And again, it just gives you chills that this can happen in our community. If this is a murder and is deemed a murder, this will be number 16, surpassing last year. Now, in that number, let me give you this information so that you'll, because I double checked on this. Remember the elderly lady that was found in Lauderdale County, deceased in the bed in the kind of like a nursing home type thing?
Yeah.
That is classified as a murder. And also Officer Kroom is in that number. Should this be one, or breaking last year's number by 1 to 16. So as this develops, we'll be able to pass more information along to you. We'll be right back with more information as we get this morning started for you at a cool 25 with Scotty Ray and Candce.
For a child will be born, for us a son will be given to us, and the government will be on his shoulders. He'll be named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Reed Tree Service.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen now as they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
The Square Peg Mini Mall is located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia. And they're getting ready for the Christmas season with a large variety of furniture and over 30 vendors to browse through. You can take advantage of the layaway on furniture and not pick it up until Christmas Eve. The inventory is constantly updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Family owned and operated, where they treat you like family. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall located at 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia. Ooh, that's our cue that we have to talk again there, Candace. Again, today is Tuesday. It is so hard to fathom that this year is all but over. Coming up this weekend, it comes to an end, and a new year will come in.
That's right.
A lot of you will make New Year's resolutions. A lot of you look forward to maybe a better year.
Yeah, a lot of you will eat black-eyed peas.
Oh, yeah.
And greens.
All right. The greens is for cash, is it not?
Yeah, I
What
think
does
so.
what is the meaning of
peas.
black-eyed?
I think it's for good luck. I think that's what the black-eyed peas are.
Why don't you just play Elvis's, be my good luck charm?
I think that's what it's for. But you're supposed to eat. A lot of people eat like ham or some kind of
Does that also bring good luck?
I don't know what that's for. Somebody can tell us.
A ham? I've never heard the ham.
My mama's probably ashamed that I don't know.
Now I do know that you're supposed to eat something green, and the peas are black-eyed, and it has to be black-eyed peas. Don't be whooping out the butter beans thinking you're gonna get good luck.
Yeah, don't get no pink-eyed purple hoe. You gotta have black-eyed.
It's for good luck, Taffy said. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
It is. It's good luck. Let's see.
Prosperity for the greens, luck and prosperity. Yeah.
Prosperity, which would be.
Black-eyed peas for luck, greens for prosperity.
That would mean,
So,
yeah, okay. Now, what about Pickles Pig Feet? Do we have any holiday? And I bring this up.
You eat that?
I remember, and if anybody remembers, many, many moons ago, when Bailey Grocery used to exist, I was working radio at nighttime. I worked from midnight till 6 a.m. I got off at the radio, and then I went over to Bailey Grocery and worked through 8:30 or 9 that night, and I didn't get a lot of sleep.
Working there. We lived on the hill.
Yeah.
In that house next to there.
And I sold Pickles Pig Feet all the time out there. Me and Robbie McKee would open up that thing and sling them out.
You get little tongs and pull it out there.
Yeah, and I've never understood that because I've been up north and I've yet to ever see that on a counter being sold. But I was in Sam's this weekend, and I walked by, and there was just a whole pallet of it, and I thought, only in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Can
you know what freaked my son out? Yeah, in Mississippi, you see stuff like that. They have the whole hog head in some areas in grocery stores.
Really? No, I have not.
The whole pig face, everything packaged up.
So
I was like, look,
is that edible?
I don't know what they do. I've heard of. I don't know.
That without a doubt, there's nothing on a piglet that cannot be consumed, and so I've always heard that. But there's certain areas that I don't want to go.
Yeah, I don't know. That jar of the pickled pig's feet and those red pickled eggs just don't.
Those were right next to the pickled pig feet.
Yeah, that just don't. It's not appetizing.
So there you go. If you're missing out, get all stocked up on that for the year so you'll have yours. We'd hate for you to run out in the middle of the night. You're supposed to eat hog jowl cooked in the black-eyed peas. Okay. Thank you, Joyce. Maybe that's what you had in your head there.
Yeah, I don't.
Polly says she ain't doing it.
I ain't doing it either, Mom. No. I will eat turnip greens or collard greens.
See, and everybody usually says, "Where's that chitlin eating girl that works with you?" And I said, "Well, she."
Candace ain't a chitlin eating girl. No, I don't. I've never had that and don't want it.
Roy's a
love it,
pig's feet kind of man.
Yeah.
I guess it impacted me when I was a kid, and everybody knows where Scuba, Mississippi is. A gentleman by the name of Earl Gray lived down the corner from me. And me and Mayhat used to walk down to see him. Mm-hmm. And he was the guy that for all of the barbecues that were cooked in town, he cooked the hogs for that. Yeah. And I will never forget the day that he was skinning a hog there. And there was this foot that went right across the yard, and it kept going back. It still moved.
Yeah.
That left an impact on me, and I hadn't been able to eat a pickles pig foot after that. If you've never seen that done, it does exist. Kind of like the old term, running around with a chicken with his head cut off.
Yeah.
That happens.
Okay.
If you're not a farmer, that is a for real thing.
My papa used to raise quail, and I would help him, like skin the feathers off the quail, and he'd get them and pull the head out, throw them in a bag. Oh.
Not your thing.
No, but I didn't mind the skinning of them. I mean, I didn't mind that. They were really good to eat.
Well, maybe after you have your greens, the Mega Millions jackpot is up to $565 million once again. It's getting big. A lot of money. Somebody will win this. Another drawing coming up this weekend. Good luck to all of those who go throw out that dollar and try to win. I wish you luck there.
Yeah, I do too.
Now,
I would not be so lucky.
Nah,
I could buy 1 million tickets
and still end up.
have one of them.
I brought this up earlier this morning. If you've ever been to the Mississippi Delta to a little restaurant called Doe's Restaurant, it's unique in the fact that there's not another one like it. It's one of those that's been grandfathered in, and the kitchen sits in the middle of it. It's picnic tables on the inside. You got a choice: big steak, little steak with potatoes. It flops down, and it's a steak about yay big around and about that thick. It's one steak fits all. And you order it, and you eat it, and I saw that one of the ladies who married into the family, who had worked there for over 70 years, just recently passed away on Christmas Day. She was on a date with her soon-to-be husband. His family owned the restaurant, and they had to jump in on their first date and help cook. Yeah. And that was her story. And if you ever get a chance to go to the Mississippi Delta, make sure that you drop into this unique Mississippi restaurant, Doe's Restaurant. As I mentioned this morning, it can be celebrities. It is so many different people who walk in there. Everybody's treated the same.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just
That's
a little
neat. I'd like to go there. And so what part of the Delta?
I believe it's Greenwood, Mississippi.
Okay.
I'd have to look up the exact address, but I was there. I sat down, and it was good. Hopefully you can make it there one day and enjoy that.
That'd be neat to go.
A fine steak.
A day trip to the Delta.
Now, I also, Doe's Eat Place, better known as Doe's Eats Place. Appreciate that, Tawana. Appreciate you, because it is great. Tawana knows it sounds like she's been there, too.
Debbie said tamales also. They have tamales.
Really?
I guess.
Huh.
That's what she was saying.
Tamale.
Or maybe we're talking about something.
No, it's probably, I think they do have that. I have never been a tamale big eater, but I know there's a lot of you who love that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are among the pickled pig feet. Greenville, Mississippi. I said Greenwood. It's Greenville.
Okay.
As you get into that Delta, but go, you'll enjoy it. We were there with Morgan Freeman back in the day and Steve Azar, and what a time it was.
Yeah.
Good night there. I mentioned this earlier also. I doubt this happens, but it is nice to think, because I do think our teachers in Mississippi deserve so much more than they are paid. You don't know what they're going through until you go sit and watch your grandkids in school. Woo!
I mean, they have to put up with a lot of stuff.
Benny Thompson has thrown a bill out. He's co-sponsored it. And again, I see it getting very little traction, but it is a vote for those who work very hard of raising the salary of teachers to $60,000. Mississippi being at the bottom of the totem pole nationwide in paying our teachers.
Do we know what the average is right about now?
40-something.
Yeah.
because they finally did get that raise, that little $5,000 or $6,000 raise that was much needed. It would be nice that they get this.
It would be nice. They do a lot for our kids and go above and beyond, and a lot of times pay for stuff now out of their own pocket.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they deserve that for sure.
Now, one of the next things that we addressed that is going on nationwide, and the numbers are not in. New York alone, we're finding out that 27 people lost their lives in this snowstorm. Did you see the video of the young lady who was trapped in her car, and she done the video, her last video to her family?
No.
She couldn't get out. We don't know whether she passed away from carbon monoxide, but she was trapped in her car and couldn't get out. And she, it was either temperatures did it or carbon monoxide. Condolences to her family. How heart-chilling that is. We do know that in the state of Mississippi, if you go south of here and you're going toward Slidell, Louisiana, when you get almost there on I-59, Pearl River, right there, someone come along night before last, and a gentleman was sitting on the side of the road, and they stopped. He was deceased because he froze to death. He was homeless. It doesn't matter. He was somebody in this world, and
That is awful. Yeah, it's somebody's family member, somebody's possible their father or son for sure.
yeah. And this goes to this young lady that I mentioned that died in her car. She sent that video. She was headed home from work. And lost her life. Always remember, I'm not telling you don't work. I'm just saying value your life. Always pay attention to weather, and if you don't feel comfortable about being out, call in sick.
It amazes me, the people who don't watch weather at all. Sometimes. Like when I'll say, oh, it's supposed to be a tornado warning or tornado weather this weekend. What? I mean, I'm all up on it when it comes to weather because I worry about it.
And y'all pay attention as we start nearing this weekend. A chance that something fishy could go on this weekend. I'll know more about it as we get closer. We're days out. But pay attention to the weather in between now and coming up this weekend. We could have another round of bad weather. Hopefully it'll go away, but that chance out there.
Let's hope it goes away.
But cold weather is just dangerous for so many things. And, as my heart bleeds, my whole perspective on life is so different nowadays. I think of more people, and think of the pets and things that went through this with no one to help them.
Yeah. It hurts my heart to even think about stuff like that. It really does. And I worry. I worry about stuff a lot of times. People say, why do you worry about that? You don't need to worry about that. But I do, because it affects me. It really does. It bothers me when I know that there's people out there that don't have a warm place to go. And,
right.
I've even heard of people go into the hospital and sit in the lobby because they want to get out of the cold. And if they're not getting any treatment or something, I'm sure they can't just stay in there forever.
No, you can't.
So it's just scary.
They'll ask you to leave.
The warming shelter, is it still up, or is that just a
I think that was a one-time thing that they open it every so often when temperatures do reach a point of no return, so to speak, there. As we look at this, we see more names, and then I'll change the subject because I don't want to depress anybody with all of this. But you get into this, a 19-year-old girl who is pregnant, mom of 2 are named as victims in Ohio. A 46-car pileup caused from this storm. She lost her life in that. 22 in that state.
And I guess if the power went out in a lot of areas, I'm sure people in their homes that didn't have heat and stuff, that would be a horrible thing.
All right, we're getting word there that the warming shelter is going to close this morning at 9 a.m. So I take it that it's been open for the last few days during these times. And as the weather warms up now, it's going to go away.
Okay.
Appreciate that, getting us that information there. Yeah. Mike Moore, how you doing over there? Good to see you up and at 'em. Let's see what else is happening this morning around the nation as we look at this. I brought this up, and Lord, I hope somebody is wrong on their. Have you looked at any of these things? People make their predictions for the next year.
Yeah, I have.
The seeker of the stars, so to speak. What have you heard this year?
Well, I did hear this.
Elvis coming back?
No, I didn't hear that. No, I didn't. But I've heard of the food shortages and prices and everything going
Farmers
on.
are
Let's hope that
saying-
the interest rates don't go up any more than what they already are.
Farmers are saying this could be a tough year. With, as you said, these interest rates going up is driving the cost of everything, and they're afraid that it's fixing to get worse. And I use the word, y'all use it as much as you want to today, fixing.
Fixing to. It's going to be a slew of stuff.
Yeah. But
Seriously, though, I really do hope that the prices and everything, the farmers, like I said a while back, when we come through New Mexico and then Texas, I saw a difference in the farm areas around there because it just didn't look like they were as thriving as much as they used to when we would come through there. And I believe it's from, you could tell where there were fields where crops used to be and there was for sale signs on the land. And, I'm sure they had a very hard time because, what am I'm thinking of? I lose stuff every now and then. What am I thinking of that you put on there?
well, give me another.
Okay, I'll think of it in a minute. Fertilizer. I don't know why I can't think of words.
Chicken
sometimes.
manure is
But
another word.
fertilizer was so expensive for them, and they have to have that for crops. I'm awful when I have a word. Leaves my
Oh, I do it
It just
too.
leaves my head all at one time. But
I lose it
yeah.
at the refrigerator, and I stand there and go, "Why was I here?"
Well, I open the cabinet and go, "What am I doing?"
Yeah, do it all the time.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, they were having a hard time, I'm sure, and this is not going to help them at all.
But and also with that predictions thing, there is a group of people that I'll have to look this up of what the prediction for the new year, what's coming.
Yeah.
Some of them are very comical, and also this week we'll try to go back and pull up of the celebrities and famous people that we lost in 2022. Naomi
Lot.
Judd being one of those.
Yeah.
Several that we've probably forgotten about. I think
Yeah.
last January we lost a lot there.
Well, was Bob Saget? He was within that year.
Yeah.
Also.
Or March or so of this year.
Yeah. Gosh,
So,
a number of people.
Huntsville had some bad weather yesterday, they say there. And Lonnie tells that she lost her puppy dog yesterday, 8 years old. We
So
understand.
sorry.
And
Yeah,
if
so sorry.
anybody has a pet, y'all know what we're talking. You've
Well,
been
it's a
through
family
it.
member to you, and it is sad.
It's tough to lose someone
We
like
lost a
that.
little dog a while back that we'd had for,
Oh, what, do you know, huge?
19 years almost. Yeah.
That is a
And then
long,
lost our
long time.
cat. Yeah. So, yeah.
It tugs at the old heartstrings,
does. Mm-hmm.
y'all, as we look
But
at that.
I'm very sorry for your loss, Lonnie.
Okay, Janet's given a candy recipe. What's it? Can you name what's inside the candy recipe, the Rolo? Do you know it from the top of your head?
Oh, yeah. You just take a pretzel. If you can find the little square pretzels, the little ones, put a Rolo candy on top of there, pop it in the oven at like 200 degrees, just enough to make it soft, and then you just press a pecan half on top of it. Let it set. It's really super easy.
Can you also deep fry this?
I don't know. You might could.
Just asking for
I
a
think you
friend.
can deep fry anything in the South, can't you?
Yeah, that's what we do. It's very good there. Kansas City is our headline for the next one there. A theater director, he's 63, was accused of possibly, having some sexual misconduct at work with some underage boys. He's found dead of a self-inflicted wound.
Goodness.
We'll leave it at that. That's what went on in that headline this morning there. Who is the
People
biggest
this
Scrooge in America? Well, it goes back to Mississippi, is what they're saying. As they give the award to the guy who lost everybody's job at Thanksgiving at the furniture plant.
Yeah, last minute notice.
By text on top of it.
Right. I mean, yeah, but they are kind of trying to come back at him. Right?
David Belford is his name, and people are getting together trying to sue him now. I don't know what they'll get or how they can do that. I mean, I guess it's your right to fire and be Scrooge if you want, but they are firing back at him.
That would be horrible, though, right before Christmas.
Didn't get your ham yet. But the company, I guess, is no more. That's what we think at this point.
Yeah.
Now, this is becoming a problem. I see this more and more. These power outages across America. Y'all paying attention to this?
Yeah. Now, some of them are planned power outage, but you're talking
I'm
about...
talking about these damaged ones.
Yeah.
We a few months back, we had Washington State damage and then North Carolina. Christmas Day in Washington State, 4 power stations were attacked, knocked out, left 17,000 people without power. It was done on purpose.
Have they found the people who did it?
Not yet. this is an ongoing thing. It's different people, I'm sure, but it's a part of a bigger, is the word I'm thinking, thought process of people that do these copycats or however you want to word it. Not good, not good. Be on the lookout. If you ever see anything that's suspicious around a power substation, call the police. Call the sheriff's department.
Or anywhere for that matter.
No matter where you're watching this from, call somebody. Yeah. We'll be right back. We got more coming up, more smiles, more entertainment, and, well, more headlines. All on the way.
Tate's Fireworks in Marion is open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. and again on New Year's Eve from 8 a.m. until. They offer professional-grade fireworks at a low, low price, and if you don't want to scare your pets, they offer versions that are sensory-friendly. Video monitors placed throughout their store to demonstrate how they perform in the sky. Tate's Fireworks has maintained the same great prices they offered last year. Be sure to check out their buy one, get one bins, and don't forget, they guarantee no duds at Tate's. Shop local with Jeff Tate and family at Tate's Fireworks in Marion and Collinsville.
Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494. If you've got an outdoorsman on your Christmas list, make sure to drop into Garrett's. Quality pocket knives with the latest fishing gear of rod and reels. Maybe it's a new set of binoculars or a new scope. With one of the largest selection of firearms, you're sure to find the one you need. Protect your investment with a Browning fireproof safe. With a large selection of deer condos, including the new style, the hay bale. Come by for a quick look. It's all at Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, your Christmas headquarters.
Have you been in an auto accident? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Don't settle for less and know your rights. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
As we go to our friends at Maple's One Stop Shop, they've got all that gas and food and anything that you might want, like breakfast. They got it served up this morning with bacon, eggs, and a whole lot more there. You can find that over at the Chevron store out in Collinsville. The same as lunch. It's coming soon. Get 2 vegetables and a meat, drink. I think it's $8.99. What a bargain that is. See them today. See that menu? Coffee loyalty program goes on with cold drinks, Mountain Dews, and even a sun drop for you or RC Cola. Never know. Their pizza also. See them. With lottery tickets, as is up to $500 million again, you might want to get you one. And great gasoline prices from Causeville, Pine Springs, Bonita, all the way over to Broadmoor, Last Chance Tobacco, and the 31st Avenue Chevron. Visit with them today. See what they've got to offer you. Everybody gets those little munchies every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know what I like to have? And I bought me a jar because I kept buying the little packages and I couldn't get in them. I went ahead and bought me a big jar of roasted peanuts.
Really?
I love roasted peanuts.
They are good. I'm still waiting on the buffet thing to come to the North Hill Chevron.
You're ready for to eat?
I really do wish there was one in there.
Tyler, you need to get on the ball.
I'd be visiting there every day for lunch. Yes.
Good stuff.
And breakfast.
Let's see what, you ready to take a trip back in time and look at a few things?
Yeah.
Anybody remember the song Staggerly? Oh, what a great song it was. And of course, if you remember, as you go back on this, Lloyd Price recorded it. But there's much more to that. This song was actually written about an event that happened in 1895. As there's a lot of fictitious stuff of a boy named Sue that never happened. Staggerly, that was a different story. It actually happened in a song written about it. So the next time you hear that, pay attention to the words.
Okay.
I liked it. It's a good one.
What was it about?
Staggerly, he shot him.
Oh, like a barroom brawl. I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly what it was. And it's upbeat, love the song. Staggerly. Anybody remember the name Scotty Moore? 1931 is when this young man would be born, and he would really help change history. Why? Because he would be in the shadows of this guy named Elvis Presley there. He was his, he played with him for years, gave that sound that Elvis was looking for.
Yeah.
Scotty Moore. I think a lot of people know him. Still worth mentioning. 1975, this little girl, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
What I had forgotten, she was 12 years old when she passed away. She was born on this date. Anybody remember her? Heather O'Rourke? She was in Poltergeist as Carol, and she would die from a heart attack at 12 years old. They misdiagnosed her problem.
Yeah, I know that. That was shocking when she passed away because I was thinking, oh my gosh.
Yeah. A star is born, so to speak. She really, really made it big.
That's awful.
Although I'll never watch it.
That's awful about her passing away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that when she sat in front of that television with her hands on the screen. Yeah, I didn't like that. And the little lady, you know, that come through there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for all of you who live in a subdivision, there's always something going on over at the neighbor's house, isn't it? Sometimes it gets so big that they go ahead and make a TV show about it. And they done that in 1979 on this date as Knots Landing made its premiere as the little brother there from Bobby Ewing's made his way across there because he couldn't handle working out with JR.
Yeah.
He wasn't man enough to take on JR. Is that a way to put it?
I guess. You know, he was always just a little
wimpy.
Did an appearance every now and then on Dallas. He was actually Lucy's dad.
Yeah.
So and then Val was her mom.
Right.
So
we won't even get into the Ray Krebs hayseed.
Oh yeah.
Who ended up being her uncle.
I used to love Knots. Yeah. It's crazy, but I used to love Knots Landing. My grandmother watched it every time it come on, and I was back there watching it with her. But like Lisa Hartman, Clint Black's wife.
See, I never cared for that one. I was more
she was
into
a
that
singer on there.
JR taking people down, getting the bad guys, and trying to get Cliff Ewing. No, it was Cliff Barnes. Ooh, let me back up on that.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a Ewing.
Well, Dallas was more of an intense drama type, show. This was more like a soap opera to me.
It was let me put it, you had Dallas, it was a man's man show, and you had this one over here that was more like a Hallmark show.
I guess.
Is that kind of, am I right?
Well, kind of a soap opera Hallmark.
I mean, I could never see Gary out in the oil field doing anything.
Yeah, I don't know, I guess.
He was more of a manicurist there on his flowers out front. I'm just saying the show
I don't think he was that,
Well, it just, even Bobby didn't meet up. It stood in the shadow of JR because JR was just it.
He was.
He'd kick the door in and walk in. Bobby'd make a phone call. Who's in there? JR going to kick the door in and go see who it was. That's why he got shot. 1980, who was the ladies' man of the 1980s? Well, it can only be one. And I think most of you will remember this guy. And ladies did. And he really, after so many surgeries, I think still looks the way he did in 1980. Tom Selleck.
He's still a nice-looking guy.
But doesn't he really look close to that still? He hadn't changed a lot, has he?
He's aged some. I mean, he's aged a lot, obviously. But as far as looking at him, he's held up pretty well. It just, he was on the Friends show. Do you remember that, Friends?
Yeah, he done.
He was
dated.
Courtney Cox's boyfriend or love interest or whatever you want to call it on there. And that I never thought he fit in on that show.
On Friends, yeah, he didn't.
That just did not.
He was way off age for the show.
Yeah, I just didn't think his other roles and stuff, I couldn't even picture him in that.
Quigley Down Under, playing on Friends. I mean, come on, Quigley Down Under. Was that not the most fantastic movie you've ever watched? And if you're watching me going, what are you talking about? Go look it up today.
Yeah.
He could shoot a gnat at 290 yards.
I think I watched that in the movie theater.
It was good.
Years ago. Mm-hmm.
Good. She never knew his name all the way through the movie. She just kept calling him the wrong name. He kept telling her, that's not my name. As Lonnie put it, there was more cowboys on the TV show Dallas. Falcon Crest is being brought up there. A few of you like that one also. 1986, this would be a remake of his daddy's song. It would become number one. Anybody remember the song, Why Don't You Mind Your Own Business? Because if you minded yours, you can't be minding mine.
You won't be minding mine. That's right.
I like that.
Kind of like sweep around your own back door before you get around mine. You ever heard that one?
No, I sort of missed that one.
That was a saying of my mama's.
I don't think that was a Hank Jr. song, though.
Yeah, sweep around your own back door before you get around mine.
I do remember Hank recording My Starter Won't Start This Morning. Dun, 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 dun. It was a blues thing.
Oh, okay.
Down at the Elmira Club. 2003, and I think we all realized this when one day as you become a parent, you baby that child, and here comes that day you have to close that car door and they drive off to college, and you go, there goes my life. 2003, Kenny Chesney had the #1 song in America as he described that parent trying to let go.
It's hard.
That's a toughie.
It is very hard to let go.
Some of you succeed, some of you don't. Some of you kids never leave home.
I was like, yeah, I guess they don't. But I was kind of well, not kind of. I'm sure my kids would say overbearing, but you know.
No, not you.
Yeah.
Who would ever think Candace would be overbearing?
I still have to know where my kids are. I'm sorry. I just still, have to have them on.
And her husband
60.
and her mama. Where you at?
Yeah, I know. Why are you sitting on the side of the road? I did help my child one time. She was on the side of the road, and flat tire, but anyway.
As we were talking about people that have passed away, this one kind of snuck up on me also. We go back to 2005 today. And again, I was never a Star Wars kind of guy. There's a lot of you who loved it. It was a major smash. It just wasn't my lifestyle. But we would learn that Carrie Fisher would pass away on this date back in 05. 05 in my head is like last week. But as you look at that, that's been so many years ago now.
She passed away right after her mother passed away.
Yeah, sure did.
They were super close, is what I understood. And yeah, it was kind of, a lot of people said she died of a broken heart,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, look at there. Roy remembers, and she called him Roy. She kept, as I go back to the Tom Selleck thing, that Roy, and he goes, "That's not my name." What a good show that was. 1939, I got this out of sequence. Old boy was born. He's been to Meridian several times. I've met him. Nice guy he was. Anybody remember the name James Evans? As we go back to good times, John Amos was born on this date in 39.
he played a good role. He was also in that Eddie Murphy Maybe Coming to America.
Sure, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, he was the girl that Eddie Murphy liked, her dad.
I owned him a
The
McDonald's or two.
McDonald's. Well, it wasn't McDonald's. It was something.
They changed the name
Yeah, it
of
was
it.
something, but it was kind of like McDonald's.
There
Almost
you
just
go.
like it, yeah.
Good show. 2019, TV and radio would lose one of its entrepreneurs in delivering the news in his kind of a way. He wore a cowboy hat. There's not many that do that. As we lost Don Amos on this date back in 2019. Boy, time's
I watched
flying.
him some.
I like Don.
Yeah. Somebody corrected me. They said that Debbie, it was Debbie Reynolds, I think, was the mother of Carrie Fisher.
Was that who it was?
And they said that Debbie passed away after Carrie within days. I knew it was one of those, but I knew they were close together. But
Oh boy.
yeah.
They that's one of those situations there that people are close.
Yeah.
And it could have been by just a freak.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It could have been, but
McDowell's, there it is. Geraldine tells us as we go back to Coming to America. Now, am I not wrong that they were remaking Coming to America again, like a newer version of that? Or maybe it's already done. I promise you, I thought that that was happening.
I don't know. Did anybody watch? I don't know about that, but did anybody watch the Christmas Story, the new one?
I did not. I didn't even see
either.
it run.
It was called A Christmas Stories Story or something.
Well, apparently TBS didn't know about it because aren't they the ones that run it 24/7?
Yeah, it was on. I mean, the regular Christmas Story was on. So
I missed it.
yeah.
We'll have to check into that. Scotty Ray and Candce, good morning.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
The Lauderdale County Farm Supply is open this morning. Matter of fact, they did that somewhere around 7:30 this morning to get you taken care of. If you still need a heater, and these are just so good for many things, keeping pipes warm in certain areas under the house, around, or you in a deer stand.
That's right. Or a ball game.
Yeah. We got fire pits to make you comfortable outside and enjoy life. Maybe you need a good chair to sit in. Yours is had its, it's rotted. Let's just admit it, they happen over period times.
Yeah,
we've got swings, gliders, all of these here inside. See it. Jackets, maybe you need that. You got a bird this morning.
Yeah.
They can take care of that. Along with sunglasses, toboggans, anything that you're looking for that outerwear, it happens there. With deer season well stocked with all your supplies. Maybe you need some tinks as we get ready this last week going into January between now and the 15th. Probably going to have a rut. Google that if you don't know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Some boots and a whole lot more. Corn, takes care of your hogs, seed, horses. They got it all right there.
We had a comment about Tom Selleck, didn't we?
Oh, Vicky, she's going out on a limb out there saying he's the sexiest man alive is what she says. Go ahead, Vicky Stewart. There's a lot of people that do agree with that. Tom Selleck.
Not a lot, but there's some actors and actresses that have really aged with a lot of grace. I'm gonna tell you.
With the help of a few of their friends.
But it could be, it could be a little surgical help. I don't know. We got a couple of birthdays we need to announce.
Who's having one?
Wayne Roberts, also known as Frog Roberts, is having a birthday today. So happy birthday, Wayne! And also Andrea Ware, she's having a birthday.
All right,
have a wonderful day.
And somebody told me Steve told me I may have gotten the year wrong on her death, and it could be I'll have to go back. I've done that in a quick bit of a hurry this morning. I was looking at that. Robbie McKee reminded me of my days back at Bailey Grocery when we whooped up, and I'll never remember, the first time I ever touched it, I thought, this is pretty nasty. Hog head cheese. Anybody ever had any of that? You put it on a cracker. It doesn't taste bad.
A cracker. You've ever heard that guy?
Cracker.
Put it just on a cracker.
There you go. But it does taste better than you think.
Yeah.
It's the thought.
Hog head cheese doesn't even sound appetizing.
It doesn't sound it, but I promise you it does taste pretty good. It's kind of like sardine soda. It smells better.
I like the red rind cheese. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
Just don't eat a whole thing of it yourself.
Yeah, I would not recommend that.
Yeah,
you might be making a trip.
Just saying. Let's see. A few other things that are happening around the world today as we look at this. Let's see what's happened here. A Christmas miracle, you might call this. You ever slipped? In a grocery store.
I have slipped in public
car.
a total of 3 times, and it was very embarrassing.
What happens when you slip and you fall 200 feet? Well, it did happen in Colorado. A young lady was out there Christmas Day sightseeing. She slipped and fell. She's going to be okay, believe it or not.
Gosh.
Miracles do happen every day.
That would be a miracle to fall 200 feet.
Didn't work out for Hank Jr., if y'all remember that.
Yeah.
Those are slips. Be careful there. A grandma, and I'm not going to show it because it does a rude gesture, you might say, but a grandmother in California is making her way. She's kind of like the top TikToker of the day. As she was in a library getting a book, and she made a little too much noise for the librarian. And she gave the librarian a California howdy.
Oh, so the librarian must have reprimanded her for
she said something to her, and she gave her that California howdy. And, well, she's a sensation now across America as everybody is sharing the video of her doing that to the librarian. I'll leave it at that. That's the PG version of that.
So she's 90 years old.
Yeah.
She must have thought, I'm 90. I've earned the right to talk loud. She might have had to talk loud or be loud.
I'm loud at my age.
Yeah.
Because
you know how people who can't hear good? I tend to do that at work because when the dryers are going, but and they talk louder.
Yeah.
Because they can't hear you. They think you can't hear them.
Yeah. What was that song? A little bit louder now.
Yeah.
A little bit louder
Yeah.
now. Makes you want to jump, shout. I don't know the rest of it.
Shout. Kick your heels up and shout.
Yeah. Good
Throw
song.
your hands back
Animal
and
House is where I first saw that.
Yeah.
What a great time it was. Over the weekend, it's been countless people. I talked to someone yesterday that was trying to make it home for Christmas. They never made it. They stayed the entire time out in Colorado in a hotel room, never made it home. Flights were canceled. They just couldn't go because of the snowstorm. As you look at this, Southwest Airlines ended up canceling 60% of all their flights over the holidays.
Oh, my goodness. So I wonder, when you get your flight canceled like that, do they refund your money or?
Usually they don't want to do that, and they give you a voucher to fly later.
See, I would be so aggravated because, I mean, what if that's the only time you fly is to go home for the holiday, and
Then they gain that.
oh yeah, they gain it.
Yeah, exactly.
You lose it, they gain it. Yeah.
But in return, they've done something. It's just up to you whether or not to use it again. And I don't know if you can transfer that, like your Sky Miles, if you collect those, if you can transfer that stuff to other people.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the people who didn't get to see family get to go at some point during the next short period of time. Hopefully.
Right.
Yeah.
As I think we've all seen this occurring, the polls are going to say one thing or another, but without a doubt, you would probably say right now in Trump's career, he's not at the height of his popularity.
Yeah.
Some of the strategists are saying that he's lost his, I don't want to say glory days,
Momentum.
but momentum magic, so to speak,
Yeah.
and that it's sinking. We'll see. He ain't giving up yet, just warning y'all.
Well, I think it's kind of aggravating that he kind of like toyed with everybody's, emotions about him running and waited at the last minute to say he was.
Well,
and
he
then
had
it's
to.
like,
They didn't.
I'm making a big announcement. I got some cards. That
The
you can
cards
pay
thing is still odd.
$100 for.
But if you'll remember, they did not want him to announce him running until after the midterm, so it wouldn't take the attention away from the race. But is it over? It's only up for y'all to decide if he can do this. The cards, he did sell out. It was huge. He made millions off of that.
I can't
but
imagine
I don't understand it,
Yeah, me either.
other than the fact it was a fundraiser. We'll see where it goes, and there's probably going to be less people on the team. If I were projecting, I think they have finally gotten close to achieving what they were after in the beginning of put negative until people back away from it. We may be there.
Yeah.
We say another good deed across America is we go to Kansas, and I mentioned this morning. Imagine you being a waitress, working up. You'd probably take a lot of lip when you're a waitress. I've never been a waitress, but I imagine they put up with a lot.
I'm sure they do. I don't think I could do it myself. If I ever had to, I would, but, I don't know.
And you can only imagine, I'm not sure where this restaurant was, but think of those folks who work that overnight shift when people have partaken of certain things and they're in a jolly old good mood when they come in to eat and they run their mouths. But this young waitress was waiting on someone and she was left a $2,200 tip as a Christmas gift. That was nice.
That was nice. I think it's great when you get a waiter or waitress that's really outgoing and nice and, they talk to you and stuff. Because I have had waiters, that are very rude. Have you ever had that?
Oh, absolutely.
But I guess that's anywhere. But the customers tend to be rude a lot of times, like you said. And
Was it because you said to her, "You looking at my husband"? You think that's why she was?
I wasn't rude. I'm not. I don't try to be rude. I try to be, nice. I don't want to be. You always like people joke. And don't send that back.
I've eaten with people that done that.
Added
A little something on your steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's always nice to be, respectful of people.
That was a good deed, though.
Yes,
A bunch of people
was.
threw in that
Very
money and a
sweet.
$2,200 tip for her.
That's
Proud for her.
nice. Yeah, I'm proud for her too. That's very nice.
Scotty Ray and Candce, y'all stay close.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
If you're looking for a deal, go to Facebook and type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace. Scroll through all of the pictures that are there and pick the item that you want to bid on. Bids end on Wednesday night and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And the winning bid can pick up the product the next day. Again, it's easy to do. Go to Facebook, type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace, and find the items that you want to bid on and save a bunch of money. That's 2 different auctions, Wednesday and Sunday night. Both sales end at 8 p.m.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
They've got heaters fired up over at Chet's this morning. Everybody's standing around it, deciding who's going to stick their pinky toe out the door first to go pull the car in.
Oh, gosh.
Because it's cold. They're going to get it done for you there at Chet's, though. Visit with them today. If you're looking for a great place to have your car taken care of, these are the folks there. A really, really good name. Ask around. Don't believe me. Ask a friend of a friend, because they'll tell you. Chet stands behind his work. They match your color paint. Great service, and they'll have your car ready when they say it will be. That's what it's all about there. They wish you a great and happy new year as you look at the many things that they do. You'll find them out on Highway 495 there in the curve right by the reservoir. Give them a call, 737-2961, if you so see that you need some help.
That's right.
They'll come a-running, come get a record and have it hauled there for you. Chet's Paint and Body. They wish you a happy, happy new year. Hope it's a successful one for you there.
Yes.
Sometimes that word is hard to pronounce, successful. You get
Successful. Yeah, there's certain words
Tongue-twisted.
obviously I can't get out. I don't know. I lose my train of thought sometimes too. That's an everyday thing. But somebody was talking about going to Philadelphia to get some cheese at the.
And Betsy says her husband's always nice to the waitress, trying to get that extra glass full of tea. Mm-hmm. There's nothing worse than to be hung up, nobody come back and fill up your drink, isn't it?
Yeah. Somebody said, don't say anything until you get your meal for sure. Yeah.
It could turn bad for you quick there.
I was somewhere not long ago and was trying to order something. And everything I asked for, there we don't have that. We're out. We're out of that. I'm like, well, tell me what you do have, and I'll pick from that.
This is what's left. This little area.
Yeah.
It's a hamburger. We look at national headlines, and I see this as deadlines for those of you who work for folks that are sometimes demanding, maybe is the word. Heart stress and heart attacks go up 40% between Christmas and the New Year. These final weeks of the year of the push to get a project complete. Y'all be careful.
Yeah, and tax time, that's always.
Yeah, don't be
stressful.
pushing yourself to the no ends of no limits there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and sometimes never always treat your spouse or boyfriend in a very good mood there. A very good way, as we found out that an ex-girlfriend poisoned her boyfriend there in his coffee there slowly and got him.
With antifreeze.
She won. Wasn't a good thing, but she won the argument. What's that old saying of you can win the argument and lose the battle? You can win the battle but lose the war.
Yeah.
Don't let that happen to you.
So she was just gradually, I guess, putting a little antifreeze.
That stuff tastes bad. You know, this is not the first time something like that has happened.
Yeah.
And fortunately, most of the time people are caught because they get sick and they go to the doctor and they do a blood sample and they go, "Ooh, something's wrong."
Yeah.
Thank y'all for dropping by. We're going to come back in the morning, bright and early tomorrow, aren't we?
We are. So y'all have a wonderful day. Bundle up. It's still chilly. See you back at 8 a.m.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: